What's going on, YouTube, and welcome to Anteiku Nation, my home, your home, for all things gaming and all things Cardfight Vanguard 0. Today, I'd like to take a look at a new set to Royal Paladin Deck Profile, the Garmore Galahad. Now, this deck has been shaking up the meta quite a bit lately, and I'd like to touch on that. But before we begin, guys, hit that like button if you like this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the bell so that you can be notified each and every time that I upload a new video. And don't forget, guys, I'm also still doing a 100 sub GameStop gift card giveaway. So all you have to do to participate is be a sub to the channel. And with all that being said, guys, let's go ahead and dive right into it. Alright, guys, so let's take a look at this deck that's been shaking up the meta, as I said before. I really did not expect this deck to see as much success as it has. I was actually a little bit shocked, only because back in Generation 1, when we got, this original set of cards with Garmore and Galahad and the like, this deck didn't see as much play. And I'll be honest, in my set 2 preview and in the podcast, I really did not give this deck the credit that it deserved. It is consistent. It is consistent as consistent can be, and that is what makes this deck so amazingly good, is because of how consistent this deck can be. Now, with that being said, for all good decks, for all great decks, every deck has a fail condition. It has a drawback, which is why you never see a deck that's going to have a 100% win rate. It just doesn't happen. There are bad matchups, and there's just bad things that happen in all decks. In Vanguard, you get grade stuck. You don't draw the pieces that you need. You get trigger sacked. So many other things go into the equation. Now, what I will say is that this deck's fail condition is you don't get the pieces that you need for the ride chain. Being the grade 1 Galahad, for instance, Knight of Quest Galahad. When rode upon by Knight of Tribulations Galahad, you soul charge 1, and then at the start of your next turn, you look at the top 5 and search for the next grade. So that's the, what a ride chain is. You start off with your grade 0. So even if you have a grade 1 in hand, this thing kicks in. Mr. Dringle here, awesome. Love the card artwork, by the way. He looks at the top 5 and he searches for the grade 1. And then he superior rides it on top. So therefore, then you don't get to actually ride, you don't get to go into your grade 2. You're still at the grade 1, but this gives you two things. This gives you hand advantage. So say you have the grade 1 in hand. This one fetches out, potentially, if you get the top 5 and you get the grade 1, this fetches out a unit. Two things are happening here. One, you're getting hand advantage. You're getting a booster, potentially. And you're thinning your deck. Key pieces here. You're thinning your deck and you're gaining hand advantage. Already two positives to this deck. Now again, let's look at the grade 2. Okay, Knight of Tribulations Galahad. When rode upon by Knight of Godly Speed, aka the grade 3, you slow charge 2. Also, Vanguard. At the start of your ride phase, look at 5 cards from the top of your deck. A Knight of Godly Speed Galahad is in that 5. You add it to your hand. Okay. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of a different. Anyway. Pardon me, guys. Anyway, you ride it. You ride it on top. Okay, so it's at the start of your next turn. You look at the top 5, then you immediately superior ride into your grade 3, even provided you have the grade 3 in hand. So again, you're thinning out your deck and you're keeping hand advantage. Now, what I like to do typically is, if I can in my opening hand, I like to go ahead and have all 3 pieces. If that can be, if that can happen. Reason being is, again, I like to thin my deck. I like to make the odds in my favor that I'm going to hit a trigger. Now, granted, you might say, well, your grade 3 is a trigger. So, you're kind of depleting your odds, and that is true. But it ensures that I'm not going to misride. It ensures that, as long as the ride chain goes off, I'm going to each turn ride to the next grade, and everything's going to go smooth so that I can get this thing's skill off. So, with that being said, let's look at the grade 3 real quick, guys. Okay, Knight of Godly Speed Galahad. If your soul has 6 or more cards, you counterblast 2. Get plus 3k and a crit. That stacks. There is no once per turn, guys. That stacks. Do you want to stack it? It depends on where you are in the game. It depends on if you feel froggy enough. You know, you've seen PGs or you don't think they got a PG in hand and you just want to go for throat. You just want to go for throat, guys. You're just like, you know what? I'm coming for that face. You know? Let's do it. Let's kill him. But anyway, otherwise you can just kind of stagger this ability out. Now you may not want to just, you know, again, you may not want to just run all, you know, 3 crits in one turn, because we do run Blaster Blade in this deck. Everybody knows Blaster Blade. Okay, hold up. I want to show off. You know, here we go, the legend one. No, he's not the SP one, guys. I only got the one last season. Life happened. Got a little busy. You know, got to spend time with the family and stuff. Anyway. He's still pretty. I still like him. He'll still go in all my Royal Paladin decks. Anyway, so yeah, you counterblast 2 when placed or retired, you know, grade 2 or higher rear guards. So that's what our good old friend Blaster Blade does. That is our buddy. It's our pal. He's the iconic symbol of Royal Paladin. But anyway, what we also have outside of this neatly packaged Galahad ride chain is the Garmore build. Now, some people might say, you know what, let's build Garmore by himself, or let's just build Galahad by himself. And I was actually one of those people. I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to mix them. I don't want to mix them. But you do. You do want to mix them. Because they're awesome. They're awesome. It's a nice, consistent package right here that you want. And it's so good. It's so good. Because let's go ahead and look at our grade 2 Garmore real quick. During your turn, this unit gets plus 1,000 for each of your Snow Gold Brugal on the Vanguard. No, I don't care about that. What I care about is right here. Vanguard Rearguard. When placed, discard a card from your hand to call a Snowgole from your deck. Now, here's where other things go so good with this deck and you just plus. Okay, those grade 1 Galahads you had in your hand that you did not use to, you know, to ride to the next grade or whatever, those are all of a sudden ditch targets. And I'm saying because you ditch them with this guy's ability, so you can get the key grade 1 of the deck, Snowgole. He is our MVP. This deck loves Snowgole, so we love our puppies. We love them. So what does Snowgole do? Rearguard. During your turn, this unit gets plus 1,000 for each of your other Snowgole or Brugal on the field. Although we do not run Brugals in this because he is a starter and we're running Galahad, so we're not bad. We're not going to run Brugal. Now, let me stop right there. I didn't mean we're not bad, because if you want to run Brugal, guys, you run Brugal. Run them all day long. Don't listen to me. Because again, I'm not going to tell you what you should or should not be running. I'm going to say this is what I run, this is what I prefer, and this is an awesome card. So I don't run Brugal. I run Drangle because he's this, you know, by chain starter. Anyway. Moving on. So I did tech in 1 Pongal. Reason being, I teched in 1 Soul Saver Dragon. Now, why did I do this? I don't know if anybody else knows this or not. I play tested this because I wasn't sure how this was going to end up playing out. Now, what I did was in my match, I activated Galahad's ability. I counterblast 2, got the 3,000 and the crit, and I had 6 soul. Now, the next thing I did, I activated Soul Saver Dragon. I went ahead and I soul blasted 4 to give my rear guards their plus 5,000. It does work, guys. I don't know if anybody thought about that, but at the time and place, I had not thought about it. I'm like, if I get rid of the soul, do I lose the ability? But no, here's the thing. You already met the condition, guys. You already met the condition. Oops, wrong one. You already met the condition to activate this. The condition was have 6 cards in soul. So you activate it, you pay the cost. Therefore, he goes up by 3,000 and a crit. It's paid for. You're done. You're invested. It is resolved. So then you go into Soul Saver and you're like, you know what? I want to push this guy. I want to push my opponent. I want to do crazy, stupid Royal Paladin things, and I want to get power, and I want to throw crits around. So I Soul Blast 4, and I'm swinging for huge numbers and crits at the face. So yeah, I tech in 1 Soul Saver. Now I only have 1 Soul Saver because RN Jesus and the Vanguards have not shined upon me to give me another Soul Saver, and I've dumped all my materials into these 2 bad boys because, again, the Vanguards are like, no, you're not allowed to have Royal Paladin stuff. We're going to give you Kagero and Nova Grappler. Anyway, I digress, guys. A little bit of salt there? I think not. Anyway, moving on. So, yeah, we got 2 Gancelots. If I had my way, this would be a playset of Gancelot. I do like Palamedes. Don't get me wrong. Palamedes is a beautiful, wonderfully designed card. He's just simplistic. You have a grade 3 on the Vanguard, slap this bad boy on the front, and then boom, you got a 13k attacker. And with a 9k Snuggle, you're hitting for 22, which is already a magic number, because all you really need is this dude at 21, because, okay, we got magic numbers. There's 20, 21, because it depends on what their Vanguard is. If their Vanguard's a 10k, 20k is a magic number. If their Vanguard's 11k, 21k is a magic number. So this thing hits above that with a powered up puppy behind it. So I got my Flaming Sword of Wrath coming down with my Snuggle pup over here, and I'm just like, get in there and go. So anyway, I got a lot of excitement for this deck, guys. This deck is just so good. It's so fun. It is fun, and that's what I love about it. Like, this feels like Royal Paladin to me, because you're superior calling, you're thinning your deck, you're getting units. Like, if I don't have a Blaster Blade and I need a Blaster Blade, I'm going to shove this back into the deck to give myself a heal. And I'm going to get me a grade 2 interceptor that can also potentially pop something and also take out another interceptor. So it's like doing all kinds of work with its holy sword. And then also, look, our beautiful. Let's go ahead and just look at that, guys. I want you to take a look at that, okay? Ooh, it is sexy. So good. Anyway, Garmore. Here's our crit for the deck. I am running, actually, if you look here very closely, 5 draw 4 crit. Yes, this deck already gets a natural crit, so you're like, why would you do that? Why not get hand advantage? I may change it up. I like the crits in this deck. I like the fact that even if I don't activate this guy's ability, I still have the potential to crit them. Or if I get early enough aggression and I hit a crit early, I put them in a bad spot. And they're just like, oof, this feels bad. So yeah, they're like roadblocks. You're oofing. Oof. Anyway, so let's look at our other grade 3. Thing of like Garmore. During your turn, this unit gets plus 1k for each of your Snuggle and Brugle on the field. So he's Alfred with Snuggle and Brugle pups, okay? But when you place him on the Vanguard Rearguard, same as your grade 2 Garmore. One place you discard a card and you're allowed to call out one of your Snuggles. So good. The synergy is just really good. But he does one other thing better. He makes all your pups interceptors. Even the Brugle, although we don't even pretend like he exists, because he does not exist in this deck. I really haven't actually used this ability, because 9 times out of 10, Galahad's on my Vanguard. This is a failsafe, because he's just a really good backup. He does not do what Galahad does, but because of how the deck works and getting the field and doing the crazy shenanigans of thinning your deck, it's just really, really good. Now, he to me right now is a better Alfred. Now, when we get Gold Paladin, that's a whole different story, because I love my Ezel, and we're not going to go into that because he's my baby. We will not blasphemy him in a Royal Paladin Deck Profile video. Anyway, so this guy's a better Alfred to me, because he gets the plus 1,000 for each of your pups, and he can be boosted. And he does things for like such small costs. Poor Alfred. He wanted to be great, but I digress. So yeah, guys, we would want to go up on 4 of this. Again, you run the deck how you want to. Like, Gancelosh is so good, you should be running it 4. I'm working on my 3rd one as we speak. And when I do get a playset, yeah, I'm going to be running a playset of him in almost every Royal Paladin deck, except for if we get the Jewel Knights. That's going to be different, because I don't know how we're going to find room for certain things, but we will see. We will see what Jewel Knights brings us. So, yeah, guys, we also are taking in one of this guy, Gigantech Dozer. During your turn, if your soul has 6 or more cards, he gets plus 3k. So again, we're going to talk about 2 things here. One, if your deck is running away, it should. You got 12k attacker. With a Snuggle behind him, you're going to be hitting for 2021. Big numbers, magic numbers, and he's an interceptor. So good. Okay, but let's also talk about the negative. If the ride chain flops and you don't get what you need, it's a 9k. Not terrible, but not as good as a 12k. Again, all decks, no matter how good, have failed conditions. But this deck is so consistent that even if you miss ride, let's say I get to my grade 2 and I had to ride Garmore, and in a later turn I got my grade 3, you can still make up for it. Okay, so it's not complete, Here's why I say this, okay? I'm just going to say this real quick, guys. Reason why I say this is because Tsukuyomi's ride chain punishes you if it goes bad. The whole Tsukuyomi deck punishes you if you do not get the right chain. I will touch on that. I will be talking about that in my next video after this one, which is going to be my Oracle Think Tank Tsukuyomi deck profile. There's pros and cons to every deck, guys. Pros and cons to every deck. Although I have to say, this is absolutely one of my favorite ride chains. It's so fluid. It's so consistently good that I fight with myself to even say something bad about it. But I want to be fair. I want to be fair in this video. The other thing, though, you know, you're running your 4 PGs, okay? Getting back to our grade ones, the other thing we're doing is we're running 4 PG, okay? Again, I say it in my other videos, if you want to run 3, guys, run 3. I prefer 4. I like being safe. I like to, you know, make sure consistency. You know, 4 is consistent. If you could run 5, run 5, but we can only run 4. And so that's really why I do this. Now, I will say this. Getting back to our grade 2s real quick. I see people who only run this at a 1 of. And that's fine. Do not feel like you have to run this at a 4 of. This to me is for consistency's sake. I think what's his name? Adrius. I'm sorry if I'm saying the name wrong. Really awesome, you know, Vanguard player. Dude got to top spot in Legend last month. I know he got to like the top 50 this month because he's like getting the Overlords and he's like, hey, I'm going to take a little bit of a break. But anyway, I think in his profile that I have viewed for a short bit, I think he was only running a 1 of this. And that's cool. You know, run what you like. So if I'm only going to run, I'm going to run just this one because he's all shiny and animated and he's freaking beautiful and I love him. But anyway, do what you guys feel like doing in your deck. You know, have fun with it, tweak it, do what your play style, you know, feels better for you. You know, if you don't want the Gigantech Dozer, you're like, I could do something better. You know, I'll do the 11K because if I got more rear guards and these 11K, you know, do that, rock that. You know, you want to go down on these and go more on the 11Ks, which actually, now that I think about it, I think that is what he's running. I think he is running the 11K. But anyway, I'm getting a little too far into this, guys. Like, I'm just really excited about this deck, and I'm actually excited how good this deck is. And it got me excited for Royal Paladin because honestly, guys, I did not like last season's Royal Paladin. It just felt so blah to me compared to other decks. Like, I felt like with Nova and Oracle, you were doing something. With Kagero, you were doing something. But Royals was so counterblast heavy and everything came up with such a cost that it was just like, where's my resource management? How do I get the most out of this deck? And it just, I don't know, guys. I just didn't like last season's Royals. Now this deck feels good. I like this deck. So yeah, guys, that's all I have for this video, for this deck profile. If you want, stay tuned. I got in-game footage coming up of a match that I was playing just to showcase this deck, show you what it can do. I think the match was against Tsukuyomi. I think, maybe, I can't quite remember. But anyway, we did win the match, and it did showcase, you know, what this deck can do, and that was the important thing. Like, I'm not going to show you 1, 2, 3, you know, 2 to 3 videos of the deck. I want to show you one good match because I want to show you what the deck can do, what the deck is supposed to do, and that's what I want to show you. So then you'll know, you know what? Yeah, that's the kind of deck I want to play, and that's what I want to present to you. I want you to be able to see a deck, and I want you to be like, you know what? I like that. I want to play that. You know, the deck is going to lose. I have lost with this deck. It is not perfect. Things go wrong, or, you know, matches just don't go your way. But all in all, guys, strong deck. It's going to be here for a little while, until next month anyway, because Majesty Lord's going to hit. I mean, this deck's going to be still strong. Don't get me wrong. Even with Majesty Lord in the format next month, this deck's going to still be strong. And it may still be seen. For those people who cannot get the Majesty Lords. And maybe you might feel like this deck is better than Majesty Lord. We'll see, though. We'll see. Because Majesty Lord is strong. It is a strong deck. And I look forward to it. But anyway, guys. Again, that's all I have. Stay tuned if you want to see the in-game footage. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, stay strong, stay healthy, and stand up, my Vanguard.